What's up, guys? It is Sunday, so we're going to continue marching on through the CD collection. We're on part 87, maybe 88, somewhere around in there. We're still in the K section. Just going to jump in where we left off last week. First up, we have Kingston Falls with Armada on Mercury. Got this in a Face Down Records grab bag several years ago. I have not listened to this. It probably since it came in. I mean, I listened to it when I got it. From what I remember, I think it's metalcore. But I thought it was pretty mediocre when it came in, and I just haven't returned to it. At some point, I need to, and just kind of revisit it to see if kind of my memory on that is wrong. Next up, we have Kiss with a remastered version of Destroyer. Got this one pretty cheap. I think I got it for like $6. I saw it sitting there. I'm not one of the biggest Kiss fans in the world. I do enjoy Kiss. I just haven't sought out a lot of their material. Undeniable their influence on so many bands, though. I know that there are many people out there that absolutely love this band, and I can't fault them for that. I do enjoy what I've heard from them. It's just that it's not one that some people like kind of grew up on Kiss, or they have all these fond memories with Kiss. I have other bands that kind of have that role for me, but I do like them. I saw this there. You can't deny the influence from Kiss, so I went ahead and picked that one up. Also have kind of a greatest hits type album from them. I got this one at I think a thrift shop for next to nothing. It's You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best. Still in this kind of colored. It's got a red case with a green tray. I don't know if that's the way it was originally released or not, but there we go. I mean, undeniable. I mean, everybody almost in the world knows who Kiss is. So here goes one that kind of showing my age. This came out when I was in high school back in 2000. This is Kitty with Spit. So you can go on and laugh at me for owning this one. I know some of you probably got some new metal and stuff like this, skeletons in your closet. So you can't rag me too hard for having a copy of this. It is the only Kitty album that I own, but I still have memories tied up in this one back from high school. Next up, we have some folky black metal, pagan black metal. I'm going to butcher the name of the band. This is Klabotaman. I guess that's how you pronounce that, with Our Journey Through the Woods. Pretty good. I do enjoy this. I think they have some other releases out, but I have not picked any of those up. This was released on Vinless Records. It's been out quite some time. It probably came out early 2000s, maybe 2003, somewhere around in there. But a pretty decent slab of kind of folky, paganistic black metal. Has some atmospheric vibes going on. Stroking out. I can't talk. So next up, I have one that I got in a grab bag, and it's absolutely awful. I don't know why it's still on the shelf. At some point, I'm going to, when I run out of spare jewel cases, this will probably be one of the first ones to get taken off the shelf and robbed of its case. It's just some indie rock. I'm not even sure why it was thrown in like a metal grab bag, but this is Klimt 1918 with Just in Case We'll Never Meet Again. I mean, you can kind of look at that artwork, album art, and know that this is going to be pretty awful. Very soft style of indie rock. I was not impressed with this at all, and I just kind of found myself wondering why it was in a heavy metal style mystery box. So yeah, that's all I really had to say on that one. Next up, we have a band out of France, thrash metal, kind of thrash metal fused with traditional heavy metal. This is Klutzack with Bloodlust. Pretty aggressive style of traditional metal. If if that makes any sense. I mean, it definitely leads its way into thrash. I found this to be enjoyable. I got this on from a CD lot on eBay that I purchased, and this one was kind of an extra one that was in there. There were a couple of albums that I definitely wanted to get my hands on. I know there was I think an Ulcerate album in that lot, and this was just like an extra bonus, and it was actually a really solid bonus. I found myself enjoying this one quite a bit. Next up, we have some grind out of Memphis, band pretty close to me. This is Noel with Interstice, debut full length, very aggressive. If you're not a huge, I guess if like you haven't listened to grindcore before, I would not recommend this band being your introduction to the genre. It might be a little too extreme, a little too much for you. It's a lot to take in, especially on this debut album. I did enjoy it. I know several other people that did enjoy it, but it is a lot to kind of digest. There's a whole lot going on. Very busy style of grind going on. And then I have their newest release that came out last year. This is entitled Metempiric, I believe is how you pronounce that. Absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't checked out Noel, this would be the starting point that I would say go with. This one was, in my opinion, leaps and bounds ahead of the debut, but I do enjoy both. But this one absolutely floored me when it came out. I hope they continue going in this style and this trend of their music in their journey. So killer stuff there from Noel. Next up, we have a band out of Russia. This is some black metal. This is Colossus with Beginning. This is a 4-track EP, kind of war-themed black metal, but it is very solid. This was released on More Hate Productions. That should have gave away to me right off the bat that it was black metal. This was kind of a blind buy for me. I believe I got this off of Paragon Records as a blind buy, and I didn't check the genre tags. I just went basically solely off the artwork and stuff. I thought I was getting some death metal, but I was pretty pleasantly surprised with this. I did enjoy it quite a bit. Next up, we have some more black metal. This is Cope with The Valley of Plague. This is also a 4-track EP. I forget where this band is out of. I just kind of went blank on that. I'm not really sure. It's kind of a different style of black metal. I do find this to be very enjoyable. It's kind of got a sludgy feel going on in their style of black metal, and I find that to be kind of intriguing and very enjoyable. Also have their full length entitled Cured But Not Healed. This is probably my favorite release from the band. They have some other full lengths out as well, but this one kind of takes the cake for me. This was released on Lost Horizon Productions. Like I said, it's just kind of like this, for a lack of a better description, kind of just this sludgy black metal, and it works. They're able to make that soundscape kind of work in a way that I do find super enjoyable. I guess this is the collection video where I say enjoyable 10,000 times. Next up, we've got some California death metal. This is Command with their debut full length entitled Terrorscape. This was released on Maggot Stomp, so you kind of know what you're getting into. This band sounds a little different than a lot of the other Maggot Stomp releases that were coming out at the time. Their newest release, Death Age, I do own that one as well. I won't be showing it in this video because it is filed away with the releases that have come out in 2023. That one was released on $20 Spin, but this debut was released on Maggot Stomp. Absolutely phenomenal. You can't go wrong with either one of their full lengths. Very loud truck just went by outside. I think this one came out in 2020, somewhere around in there, maybe 21. And then they have their sophomore full length that came out this year. Next up, we have some hardcore, I guess metallic hardcore off of Tribunal Records. I got this in a Tribunal mystery box. This is Kong with their Mind Eraser EP. Pretty decent stuff. I haven't listened to it in a bit, but it was pretty solid from what I remember. I think I enjoyed it a bit more than I was expecting to when when I first listened to it. But pretty good stuff. I haven't been let down with much of anything off of the Dive Bomb or Tribunal labels. Tribunal, they have a lot of bands that aren't particularly in the genre styles of music that I tend to lean towards, but they have a solid lineup within those genres. I do find a lot of that stuff more enjoyable than I anticipated, and there I go saying enjoyable again. Next up, this is another band called Kong, but this is the sludge metal band Kong, Kongh, with their latest full length. The band is still listed as active, but this came out in 2013, and it was their last release. This one is entitled Soul Creation, and I absolutely love this album. If you're into sludge metal, you haven't heard Kong, or if you've heard Kong and you haven't checked out Soul Creation, this would be the album I say check out. This was released on Agonia Records, as I said, in 2013. I actually purchased this from Fossil Dungeon way back. It was probably right around 2013 when I bought this album. I purchased this and one of the early Hooded Menace full lengths together way back when, and I actually at the time enjoyed this Kong album. I think I enjoyed it more than the Hooded Menace album that I purchased at the time. Hooded Menace has gone on to kind of have a storied discography at this point, and they just keep on getting better. Hopefully this band will come back and release some more material, because I would like to hear something else from them. I need to backtrack. I think they have 2 earlier albums in their discography as well. I need to pick those up. Next up, we have some black metal out of Sweden. It's kind of got this, I don't want to say pagan black metal, but it definitely has that pagan feel. It's kind of like this Nordic spirituality going on within their style of black metal. It's very interesting stuff. This is Kortblad with Norin Niji. Yeah, I butchered that. I know I did. Killer stuff. As I said, it just has this definite pagan-esque feel going on, but it's based more like in this spiritualized style of black metal. It's very hard to put into words. I guess it's something that you just have to hear for yourself to kind of understand. For those of you that are familiar with this release or this band, you probably know what I'm trying to put into words. It's just something that's hard to actually put into words. I guess with my limited vocabulary, if I can't just describe it as enjoyable, I'm in trouble. And then we have another release from Kortblad. This is Vardensfard. Out of the 2 that I own, this one is probably my favorite, but I do like both of these releases. As you can see, it even has that pagan-esque feel. I think they were both of these that I have were released on Raised Soul Productions as well. And Raised Soul has a pretty eclectic collection of black metal releases under their labels discographies, and Kortblad, they fit right in on that label. Next up, we have probably, for me, one of the most kind of unnerving albums that I own. This one I have to be in a mood for. It just, for me, something about it completely unnerves me. It can make me feel uncomfortable, but it's something that, that can make it sound like it's bad, but it's not. It's a noise project. They kind of have, calling them a noise project isn't exactly right. I think a lot of their earlier releases were like pure noise. This one kind of leans into a droney metal, maybe like a black dirge type style, if that makes any sense. This is Corpus Swash with Evil Walks. This was released on Crucial Blast, I think around 2008. I'm pretty sure the label still has copies of these available. It's just very disturbing to me. I can't tell you what it is about it that makes it so unnerving, but I definitely have to put this on if I'm in a specific mood. I cannot listen to this like multiple times over just because it grates me. I find it in the best way possible to be the most disturbing and unnerving album that I own. So I don't know, maybe that's a compliment. You can take that how you want, but pretty interesting stuff there. And then I have a split album that they're on. It's a 2 CD album. It's called Away Dark is the name of the split. It has Corpus Swashi and To Blacken the Pages. Both of these bands, To Blacken the Pages has a very ambient style of noise almost, and this is Corpus Swashi's straight almost noise style going on in this one as well. It doesn't help that I'm having trouble talking today for some reason, and then I have bands like with names that are hard to pronounce anyway. So, but yeah, this one, both of these are just kind of noise projects, but this was before the band kind of went into their the best way I know to describe it is like a black dirge. It has like this drone metal feel, this ambient drony feel in their music, but that Evil Walks release is just super disturbing to me. Next up, we have a folk metal band that kind of I like just because their name sounds like mine. This is Corpic Lonnie with Voice of Wilderness. This is their sophomore release. Pretty good stuff. I haven't heard anything from Corpic Lonnie that I don't like. They have this like melancholic style of folk metal. They have the like uplifting songs too, but a lot of theirs have this like melancholic feel that I really like. I just like their style of folk metal. Then I have their third CD, a third album, Tales Along This Road. This one's pretty good as well. I do need to get my hands on that debut full length. They have a ton of material in their discography. I just have a fraction of their releases in my collection. At some point, I'll probably work on picking some more of their stuff up. I just kind of chip away at it as it comes up at a good price, and if I just happen to run across it. This is their, let's see, second, third, fourth full length. Tervascanto, yeah, I butchered that one, but this one is probably ranks up there with one of my favorites from the band. This is a Scarecrow Records version, so it's not an original press. I wouldn't say Scarecrow. I don't know if I think the Scarecrow releases are official. But a lot of times they aren't the original pressings because it has Napalm Records on the back as well, and then it says under license to Scarecrow. So I'm sure it's some sort of repress on that one. Then this one, for some reason, this one just didn't really click with me. I don't know if it's the production value going on this one or what. I'm not sure what's going on, but that was the next album in their discography. This is Corpic Lonnie, obviously, with Corvin Cunningus. And I don't know, I might need to go back and revisit this one to kind of refresh myself on it. It came out in 2008, so it has been out for quite some time. But something on this one just felt off, especially in comparison with the albums that I just showed prior to this, because they were all very solid. And I don't know what it was about this one, but it just kind of it put me off for some reason, and I can't put my finger on what it was about this one that I just really just didn't draw me in like some of their other material. And then the only other release that I own from them is Noita. This one came out I think in 2017. This one has a very melancholic feel to it, and I really did find myself enjoying this album. And definitely, if this would be one of those kind of gateway albums into the band, if you haven't really listened to Corpic Lonnie and you want to get a feel of what their music sounds like, this kind of ties in a lot of the different eras of the band, like their different groupings of albums. They're able to bring a lot of those different kind of soundscapes in together with this release. It says 2015. I thought it came out in 2017, so I was wrong. It came out in 2015 on Nuclear Blast. So a good album there, though. Very good album. Next up, we have some Black and Death out of Belgium. This is an EP from the band Cosmo Crater. This is First Step Towards Supremacy. Kind of spacey feel. Obviously, you can kind of get that feel there. Very spacey feel of Black and Death. leans much more into the black metal side of things. Occasionally you have like these little industrial nuances going on in this as well, but I absolutely love this EP. Unfortunately, it's the only thing that I own from Cosmo Crater. I think I got this from Redstream, and at some point I want to pick up some more of their discography. I say that a lot, as if I already don't own somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 CDs as it is. The fact that I'm just like, I need to add this, I need to add this. Do I really need to? But yeah, I do want to. Going back to Finland, we have Kotipelto with Serenity. This is obviously featuring Kotipelto. Timo, I think, is his first name, from Stradivarius on the vocals. He kind of spearheads this project as well. This is the third full length. I think this project is on hold. It's okay. I mean, it's a decent slab of power metal. I got this in a Candlelight Records like bulk lot. Probably wouldn't have sought this out and picked it up just on its own, but the fact that it came in a bulk lot, I think of like 30 CDs, 30 or 40 CDs from Candlelight Records several years ago. It landed in the collection, and obviously it stayed in the collection, so it's not horrible. It's pretty decent. If I'm ever in the mood for some power metal like this, it definitely can scratch that itch for me, but I don't know if I would just seek out their earlier albums. I don't know if it's something that I really just want that bad. Next up, we have, I think this band is out of Finland as well. This is Kraken Doomverate with their debut album entitled The Stars Below, The Seas Above. They had 2 EPs that came out prior to this full length, and this full length is pretty solid. It is kind of this oceanic themed blackened funeral doom, is the best way I know to put this. They bring in like funeral, it's very minimalistic aspects of black metal, death doom, funeral doom, all brought together, and they're able to do a whole lot with so little. They just bring in just the bare minimalist aspects of those genres, and are able to craft them and compose them into something that's pretty remarkable. It's only 4 tracks long, but with most funeral doom style music, you know good and well that this album goes on for quite some time, even though it's only 4 tracks. And then we get to Creator. I'll just show 2, and then we will pick up with more Creator on the next video on the next section of the shelf. First up, we have Renewal. This was released in 1992. I believe this is an original press. I could be wrong. I got this on eBay, so there's no telling really. Pretty killer stuff. Early Creator is all solid, and this isn't even the earliest stuff. They had albums that came out prior to this, but I do enjoy that early style of Creator quite a bit. Speaking of, we have like a compilation of some of the earlier stuff. This is Creator with Past Life Trauma, 1985 to 1992. And as I was saying, it is like a compilation. With a lot of those compilations, you get like reworked early songs from albums. This is just kind of a best of from their early albums. So killer stuff. I mean, they didn't really change up the songs. I mean, it is stuff that you can get on the albums, but I'm not the biggest fan of best of albums, but this one fits the bill for me as far as Creator goes, just simply because I don't have my hands on a lot of those early albums yet. Some point I will pick them up as they become available, but we will pick up with some more Creator on the next installment of the CD collection. That's all I've got for today. I say this all the time. I will try to get some videos up this week, and we'll just see how that goes. Hope you guys have a good week. You guys here in the U.S., I hope you're enjoying your holiday weekend. Stay classy, stay metal, and I promise I'll see you guys very soon.